Isbell swinging in, and it is a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of June 11th. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week, highlights from state softball plus section lacrosse and baseball finals. We'll meet two track and field standouts for the Hopkins boys team in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Plus, we'll hear from a couple of players on Wayzata's state-bound baseball team. Up first, though, the state track and field meet. A number of local athletes advanced to finals and competed for medals at the two-day Class AA meet. Cloudy and cool, but the rain holds off for day one at Hamlin University. This is the boys' 3,200-meter final. Wayzata's Khalid Hussein holds off Lake Conference rival Max Manley of Edina to win. His time is 9:07.88. And he's joined as a champion for Wayzata by Carissa Travis. Travis has the 12th best throw coming into the meet, but wins the girls' discus with a best of 133.11. Sean Schindler of Maple Grove in the pole vault clears 13.6 here to make the list of place winners as he is 8th. Wayzata's Ben Hidani also clears 13.6 here. His best of 14 feet gives him 4th place in the event. Madeline Tapper of Wayzata in the long jump has her best leap on her last try. She goes 18 feet 2.5 inches and places 4th. Day 2 of the AA meet saw a storm interrupt the day, but it didn't stop a large number of local entrants from earning medals. A sign of things to come as meet officials clear out water before the meet. In the day's first race, the girls 4x800 relay, it's a runner-up finish for a local team. Minnetonka easily takes first, and Wayzata with anchor Emma Atkinson takes second place in a time of 9:16.12. In the boys 4x800 relay, Wayzata has the lead for a portion of the race, but in the end it's Buffalo winning the title and the Trojans team takes second. In the boys 100 meters in the all-blue, Ethan Peel of St. Michael Albertville takes the top spot, but way in the outside lane, Evan Hull of Maple Grove places second. Hull's time is 11:07, 3/100ths behind Peel. To field events, this is John Taylor of Wayzata in the boys long jump. He finishes second with a best leap of 21 feet, 11.5 inches. King Allah of Hopkins also reaches the medal stand in the long jump. He's 4th with a best of 21 feet, 9.5 inches. Back to the track, the girls 4x200 relay. Minnetonka, anchored by Faith Robinson, takes first with Hopkins and Elena Contreras second. The boys 4x200 sees a state record fall as Jalen Champion, King Allah, Sam Learbig, and anchor Joe Fahnbulleh of Hopkins win in 1:26.37. In the boys 1600, it's a carbon copy of the 3200 as Khalid Hussein of Wayzata holds off Manley of Edina to become a double winner. In the girls 300 hurdles, Natalie Windles of Egan wins the race. The leftmost of the two girls in orange, Kelsey Seelock of Osseo in 3rd. Maple Grove's Heather Ryan is 5th. Next race, and another Seelock is in the hunt. Mounds View's Joel Smith wins. Osseo's Tyler Seelock is the runner-up. And Fahnbulleh of Hopkins completes his meet with a win in the 200 meters in a time of 21:35. And here's what some local place winners had to say.
Last year, I lost in a kick just like that to Elisu. So, I learned from last year, I learned to be relaxed in the home stretch, not, tap to my face at all, just be smooth, be fast at the finish. And I knew Max was coming up right behind me,
Getting the state championship and then yeah, breaking that state record has been on our mind since this entire season. So it was really nice to see that all the hard work that we put in through the off season and through the season paid off, and that we were able to get that state record.
Losing to Joel, I wouldn't rather lose to anybody else. Me and Joel have a really close connection. I felt like I came out strong. I did the best as I could, and to end on that, I'm very happy.
Even though we had the stormy weather, I felt very confident in myself, and I just wanted to give the best that I could, and my body felt awesome, so I gave it all that I could, and I got the result that I wanted.
Here are the final team results. Wayzata wins the boys Class AA championship for a 7th time and the 3rd time in the past 4 seasons. Mounds View is 2nd and St. Michael Albertville 3rd. Hopkins finishes 4th, 1 spot ahead of Rosemount. Rogers is the only other school in the area to finish in the top 25, coming in 14th. In the Class AA girls meet, Wayzata finishes 2nd to rival Minnetonka. Rosemount is third with Egan fourth, and North St. Paul is fifth. Osseo is the only other local team in the top 25. In Class A, the Providence Academy boys finished seventh. The Lions' Max Peckenschneid finished second in the 100-meter dash and fourth in the 200. Christian Davis placed fifth in the 400. Blake won the Class A girls championship, while Breck won the girls 4x100-meter relay. Providence Academy won the 4x8 relay.
Now to lacrosse, where the state tournament for both boys and girls begins Tuesday and continues through Saturday at Minnetonka and Chanhassen high schools. The Wayzata boys met Elk River Zimmerman in the Section 8 final, and this one is all Trojans. Andrew Solly passes to Brooke Hansen for the quick shot and goal in the third quarter. Hansen scores 3 times in the third. The long pass ahead to Solly here, and the junior scores the Trojans' 7th goal of the quarter to put them ahead 14-2 after 3. It's running time in the fourth quarter, but Wayzata is able to score 3 more times. Brayden Nelson nets one of his 3 goals in the game, and it's 15-2. The Trojans close the scoring here. John Hess to freshman Hayden Davison for the goal, as the Trojans win 17-2 for their 7th straight win and the team's 3rd straight Section 8 title.
I mean, it's huge. I was a little nervous coming in today, and I was happy that we scored first and scored a lot. It really eased my nerves, and this is my first year playing varsity, and it was just huge for us, I thought.
The Trojans were not seeded for the state tournament. They will play 3rd seed Minnetonka in the quarterfinals Tuesday at 11 a.m. at Chanhassen High School. The team split their 2 meetings during the regular season. Benilde St. Margaret's is the #1 seed in the boys tournament. Like the Wayzata boys, the Maple Grove girls lacrosse team has been the team to beat the past few years in their section. After a couple of one-sided wins in the Section 8 tournament, the Crimson was tested in the final against 2nd-seeded Buffalo. We pick up play in the second half, and Crimson goalie Bridget Getch makes one of several key saves for her team to keep Maple Grove in the lead. Emily Herdine is having a huge year. She picks up the loose ball in front and scores to give the Crimson a 6-3 lead. A short time later, it's Jersey Baronet coming from behind the net. She shoots and scores, and Maple Grove has a 4-goal lead with just over 12 minutes to play. But the Bison fight back. Callie Stumphy nets one of 3 straight Buffalo goals. That pulls them within 1. Their fans fired up. Maple Grove, though, never gives up the lead. Herdine nets another one of her 6 goals right here. She has 67 now in the season. Maple Grove wins 9-6. They advance to state for the 3rd straight year and the 4th time in 5 seasons. And Maple Grove opens the state tournament against Apple Valley Tuesday afternoon at Minnetonka.
Good luck to all of the local teams. It's kind of a short tournament, 3 games, possibly over a few days, and have to be ready for it. Stay with us. When Sports Jam returns, highlights from section finals in baseball, plus state softball and boys tennis.
Welcome back, and time to talk baseball.
That's right. It's state tournament week this week. 3 local teams played in section finals last week. That included Wayzata facing St. Louis Park in the Section 6 4A tournament. Up 1-0 in the 4th. Wayzata's Tom Grashala bunts. The throw to first isn't caught and gets away. Charles Engdahl is held at 3rd, but the play is not over. The Orioles don't get the ball back in, and Engdahl sprints home and scores to make it 2-0 Wayzata. Pitcher Sam Westermeyer has a shutout until the 5th when Riley Dvorak drives a hit to the gap in right center for Park. 2 runs score on the play. It's a double for Dvorak. The Orioles bats come alive, and it's 2-2. But Westermeyer is up as a hitter in the bottom of the 5th, and he delivers. His blast clears the fence in center. It's a solo home run, and it gives Wayzata a 3-2 lead. They add an insurance run in the 6th as Delaney Dahl tags it to deep left. The fielder holds up a bit as he nears the fence, and it's in for a double. Adam Castle scores to make it 4-2 Trojans. That's the final score. Wayzata is going back to state for a 3rd straight season, and we will hear from the Trojans later in the show.
Heritage Christian Academy lost to Randolph in the winner's bracket final of the Section 4A baseball tournament. After a dramatic rally to beat Mayor Lutheran, the Eagles met the Rockets again. Heritage needed 2 wins over Randolph to take the section title and got 1 behind a dominant pitching performance from Seth Alverson. That set up game 2 with the section title on the line. In the bottom of the second, Halverson powers a fly ball off the fence to score Dawson Penshorn and Johnny Flynn for a 3-0 Eagles lead. Next up is Taylor Broderson. Tries to call time, doesn't get it, but it doesn't matter. He delivers a base hit to score Halverson, and the Eagles lead it 5-0 after 2. Same score in the 5th inning when the Rockets rally. Shea Staub lifts the fly ball over the Heritage outfielder to score Nick Drinkin and A.J. Widener. Andrew Wenstrom then cracks a shot to center field, and this one's gone for a 2-run homer, cutting the Heritage lead to 5-4. The Eagles get one of those runs back in the bottom of the 5th as Flynn waits on the pitch, pokes the hit to right field to score Sam Fredrickson for a 6-4 lead. And Flynn keeps Randolph in check the rest of the way. He gets the win, and the Eagles, after 5 straight runner-up finishes in 4A, win their first section title, 7-5 the final.
We came from the losers bracket in section play, and we powered through, and everyone stayed positive, and we practiced hard, and we played hard, and I think that's the key for us in state as well. If we get behind, we'll power through. We always will, and I think we'll do a great job in the state tournament.
The Eagles are the number 1 seed in Class A. They'll play Sacred Heart from East Grand Forks in the quarterfinals. That game is at 10 a.m. Thursday at Chaska Athletic Park.
Totino Grace entered the final round in the Section 5 4A baseball tournament without a loss in the postseason. They faced Mounds View, with the Eagles needing just one win to advance to state. Top of the first, Mounds View's Jake Christofferson with the hit to score Ty Kane. It caps a 3-run inning for the Mustangs. And they pile on the runs all game. Top of the 4th, Ben Bateman laces a hit to score Joey Lawson and Channing Cole for an 11-3 Mounds View lead. Totino Grace rallies in the bottom of the 4th. Carter Zera rolls the hit to score Quinn German, and it's 15-9 Mounds View. Then Christian Morrill slices a hit to bring home Zera. The Eagles get 7 in the 4th, and they cut the lead to 15-11, but they don't score anymore. Mounds View wins it 17-10 to force a second game. In that second game, bottom of the 3rd, Kane strokes a low pitch for a hit, and Bateman hustles home for a 2-0 Mustangs lead. In the bottom of the 5th, Cole Stenstrom with the hit for Mounds View. Jonas Sparks is held at 3rd, but the throw-in by the Eagles gets away, and Sparks zips home for a 4-0 lead. Grace has 8 errors over the 2 games. Eagles fans put on their rally caps, but it doesn't happen. Kane closes the door. Mounds View is the Section 5 champ as they win Game 2 4-0.
The Manila St. Margaret softball team won the Section 6 3A tournament to qualify for state for the second time in the past 3 seasons. The Red Knights meeting Hill Murray in the Class 3A state quarterfinals. Bottom of the 1st inning, Pioneers' Jana Witsani chops one to third. It's off Hannah Nichols, who comes home with a throw. Amber Peterson scores, and the Pioneers lead 2-0 after 1. But Benilde comes right back in the top of the 2nd. Nichols blasts one to deep center. This one carries for a solo home run. The Red Knights add another run in the inning, and they tie the game at 2. Bottom of the 2nd, Allie Clark singles to right field for Hill Murray. 2 runners score. Maria Sauter and Caitlin Corin both come in, and it's 4-2 Pioneers. And they had 5 more in the 3rd. The big hit, this grand slam by Lindsay Snyder. Hill Murray goes on to win 10-3. BSM lost to Holy Angels in the consolation bracket. Hill Murray finished 3rd in 3A. After edging Orono 4-3 in the Class AA quarterfinals in the team portion of the state boys tennis tournament, Wayzata ran into a tough opponent in the semifinals. Wayzata matched up with top-seeded Blake. At number 1 singles, it's John Foley of Wayzata serving to Jack Barker of Blake. Foley, great backhand, and follows up with a winner. Barker, though, one of the state's best, and he uses his backhand, then drives a forehand winner for a point on the way to a 6-2, 6-1 win over Foley. Joe Mayers of Blake facing Johnny Nudler at 2nd singles, and Mayers rips an ace serve for a point in the 2nd set. He wins 6-2, 6-love. Doubles play. Number 1 doubles, Blake's Christopher Hall serving to the Trojans' Max Liao. Hall with a nice touch backhand shot that's returned long. Hall and Ravi Shapuri beat Liao and Michael Deal 7-6, 6-3. Colin Badoon serves at second doubles for Wayzata. He's playing with Nick Uphoff. But Blake's Ben Peterson, who hits the winner for the Bears. He and Timo Hemphill win in straight sets. Blake sweeps Wayzata. They also won the Class AA title over Rochester Century. Wayzata lost to Mounds View in the third place match. Blake's show, the move up to Class AA, didn't stop them, Jay, from winning another title.
That's a pretty good program. A good first-round win for Wayzata, and then didn't do as well after that, obviously, but that experience will certainly help them for the future, too. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet two track and field standouts from Hopkins who had big weekends at the state meet.
Hopkins High School routinely turns out gifted track and field athletes, and this spring is no exception. Jason Melillo profiles the Royals' King Allah and Joe Fahnbulleh in this week's Sports Jam Spotlight.
King Allah qualified for the state meet in 4 events. He's a low-key, taciturn young man, and Hopkins track and field coach Nick Lovis thinks that causes Allah to sometimes get overlooked. But there's no question about what he brings to the Royals.
He's so versatile. King has done so many events for us, and each one we put him in, he excels at it. This year he ran one open 4, 100-meter dash, and he ran it at the True Team State meet and ran it in 51 point something, which was an outstanding race for him. But what makes him special is he can do anything for us. And when he does anything, he does it at a really high level.
Allah competed in the long jump and high jump at state and ran on the Royals 4x200 and 4x100 relay teams. Allah's success is even more impressive because he didn't start competing in track and field until his junior year.
I just knew, like a lot of people on the team already, they told me, I gotta join. I just knew I didn't have anything else to do, so I tried track, and it worked.
Joe Fahnbulleh runs the anchor leg on the 4x2 and 4x1 and also qualified for state in the 200-meter dash. Fahnbulleh is 6'1" with long legs and a huge stride, which he uses to his advantage.
It's a blessing for me to run the anchor leg. I could have run second or third or even first, right? But for the coaches to trust me to run the ankle leg and to trust me to bring it home every time to get a fast time just means real.
I don't want my fastest kid on the team to ever have to slow down. And Joe's assured of that when he runs the anchor leg. He can run as fast as he can all the way through the finish line and never have to think about slowing down.
In the 4x200, Fahnbulleh and Allah team with Jalen Champion and Sam Learman. It's the second straight season the four have run together.
It starts with teamwork. You know, you gotta trust your team, so they know, like, you guys trust each other.
I can't speak for other teams, but our team and our team, we are a family, you know. King, Sam, Jalen, me, one big family. So I guess that helps, and we see each other every day, you know. We laugh with each other. We are there for each other. So I mean, I guess that can translate on to the track.
Allah will move on to college this coming fall and is hoping to compete in track and field. Fahnbulleh will be back for one more lap with the Royals. Just don't blink, or you might miss it.
Thanks, Jason. As you saw earlier in the program, the Royals boys team finished 4th at the state meet. Joe and King were both part of the record-setting 4x200 relay team and also on the runner-up 4x100 relay for the Royals. Jay talks baseball with the state tournament-bound Wayzata Trojans next.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Wayzata baseball team is headed back to the state tournament for a third straight season as they beat St. Louis Park in the Section 6 championship, and with a couple of the guys that helped to get it done. And Sam Westermeyer, a huge game for you. You get the start on the mound, go all 7, hit the go-ahead home run. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this, does it, for you?
No, I'm at a loss for it. I knew I was pitching and coming in. I was confident based on my performance in the past games, and I hit well before the game, and I squared that one up, and it went out. So
yeah, not the Hey, you were breezing along as a pitcher there through the middle innings, and all of a sudden they hit a few on you. You seemed like you got your composure back, got that strikeout, and then you got a chance to come up with the bat. How big was that to get out of that inning right there and hold them, at 2-2?
That was big. I knew that if we got that last out and didn't let them get the lead, we would have still had momentum going into the next inning where we could put up some runs. And I don't know, I just left a couple pitches up and they hit them, but props to them for doing that. So
yeah, it was a well-played ball game too, and I thought this whole tournament was kind of like that. Mostly well-pitched, pretty good defense in these games. Was it a fun tournament to be a part of? Obviously winning was the ultimate goal, but was it fun to play in these games also?
Yeah, we had a lot of momentum coming in, and it was just super fun to keep that rolling and win every game, so super psyched.
Every year is a different year. A couple of years ago, your team won the championship. Last year, consolation champs. What are you thinking of the chances heading in?
If we keep playing the way that we're playing and our pitchers keep throwing strikes and we keep putting the ball in play, I think we'll have a good chance. So.
All right, great performance here tonight. This was one to remember for you.
Yeah, it certainly was. So thank you.
All right, and Charles Engdahl patrolling center field. You get to squeeze that last out. It was a pretty well hit ball. What was this game like as an outfielder when they started hitting the ball a little bit and you guys had to really work out there?
After the first couple innings, we started playing a little deeper, trying not to give up any doubles. They would sneak a single in there every once in a while, but we're just playing back a little bit.
Interesting dynamic coming in. They had just come off a big win over Hopkins where you guys were, the team that had to sit and wait a little bit. Did you feel like there was some momentum that they got coming into the game because of that?
I feel like they definitely had some confidence coming in. We were pretty focused up on what we needed to do, our game plan, so that was a big thing for us.
Last couple seasons, Trojans kind of rolled through the regular season pretty strong. This year, obviously, you had some ups and downs. The record isn't quite what it has been maybe the last couple of years, but are you still just as confident in this team as the guys were the last couple of years, do you feel like?
For sure. We started off a little slow. We brought the group together about halfway through the season, and we set a goal to make it to state, and all we needed to do was win 3 games in sections, and we did it. So.
Got a few pretty good pitchers lined up with the possibility of going, and obviously Sam tonight was dynamic too. How does that give you extra confidence too, knowing that guys that you put out there you'll feel pretty good about?
I feel like all our guys are going to throw strikes, anyone you put out there, so I'm pretty confident in all of them, and I feel like our coaches are too.
Kind of a nice way to end the school year too, isn't it? Headed back to the state tournament?
Yes, sir.
All right, Charles, congratulations. Good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
Wayzata baseball winning the Section 6 championship one more time here as they get set for the state tournament. And here's a look at the bracket for the tournament as we take you to break, and we'll have our plays of the week up in just a moment.
Solly goes across to seize. What a feed down low to Brooks Hansen. How about that play?
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
And that will do it for this week's Sports Jam. Thanks for watching.
Next week, it's the season finale. We have state lacrosse, golf, and baseball highlights, plus our all-area softball and baseball team. See you next week.